So to rationalize the denominator, when I have a binomial term in the denominator, I want to multiply by the conjugate radical. So I'm going to write an equivalent expression where I'm going to take my original expression, rational expression, 3 over 1 minus root 2, and I'm multiplying both the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate radical, 1 plus root 2. This gives me 3 times 1 plus root 2 in the numerator, and 1 minus root 2 times 1 plus root 2 in the denominator. 3 times 1 is 3, and 3 times root 2 is 3 root 2. And we know from the previous examples that when I multiply the conjugates together, I'm just going to get the multiplication of the first terms. So 1 times 1 is 1, and then minus the multiplication of the last terms. So root 2 times root 2 is 2. So this gives me an expression of 3 plus 3 root 2 divided by negative 1. Now I can keep it like this, but it's not exactly as clean as I need it to be. So I'm going to rewrite this as negative, and then if I want, I can write it like this, 3 plus 3 root 2, which essentially is just negative 3 minus 3 root 2. There's going to be reasons why, in more examples, why we might want to keep it the negative sign out front, and there'll be going to be reasons why we want to take out that negative sign as well and multiply it through. In the next example, we have 4 over 2 plus 3 root 5. Again, I want to write an equivalent expression or equivalent fraction by multiplying by the conjugate radical in both the numerator and the denominator. So the conjugate radical is 2 minus 3 root 5. Four times 2 is 8. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12, and then we have our root 5 at the end. 2 times 2 is 4, minus 3 times 3 is 9, and root 5 times root 5 is positive 5. So what we have here, we have 8 minus 12 root 5 in the numerator, over 4 minus 9 times 5 is 45, which simplifies to 8 minus 12 root 5 in the numerator over minus 41. And the last example, again, we want to multiply this expression by the conjugate radical. So we start with our original fraction, 2 over root 3 minus root 6, and we're going to multiply by the conjugate radical, root 3 plus root 6, in both the numerator and the denominator. 2 times root 3 is 2 root 3. 2 times root 6 is 2 root 6. Root 3 times root 3 is 3, minus root 6 times root 6 is 6. That leaves us with 2 root 3 plus 2 root 6 over negative 3.